Welcome back. Tonight, as RFL pays tribute to those who served in the world's largest seaborne invasion, known, of course, as D-Day, we turn to the story of William Druback. Bill was a paratrooper in the 101st Airborne. Paratroopers, of course, the first to invade Normandy. They landed behind enemy lines to push back German forces and secure targets. Bill spoke candidly about D-Day with former anchor Ron Smith, again, 15 years ago.
Well, as far as my vivid memory is coming in that early morning to jump into somewhere where I was a little apprehensive and anxious. And
were you scared?
I was very scared. Yeah, I was scared, but I was scared that maybe I wouldn't do my job right, which I wanted to do, and life depended on my job, and my buddies depended on me doing it right, and everything depended on, and I think being scared too helped, because it's like going into a football game. Butterflies are in your stomach. You're scared you're going to drop the ball, and the same thing.
William Druback dropped out of the skies into Norman fields on D-Day. He was a member of the Screaming Eagles, the 101st Division.
As we came into this area, and I dropped out of a parachute, maybe out of a plane about 400 feet up, landed in some of this area that was wet already because we had a big storm the day before, and I got out of the plane, and when I landed, I got out of my chute, got my equipment off, and got my gun ready, and as I was ready to move and get my bearings.
But not all the men who jumped out of the skies were so lucky. The Germans had flooded the fields the paratroopers were dropping into. Some landed in deep water, some in shallow. Bill landed in 6 inches of water.
When I got up and looked around, I remember what they told us is to look up in the sky and see which way the planes are flying and go up the opposite way. So when I looked up, they were flying east of the channel, and I seen that I had to go west a little. But just at that time, I seen a big black object coming at me, and I didn't know what was happening. Didn't know whether to shoot or throw a grenade, and luckily that the object was a cow, and he veered off, lucky cow. But when he veered off, it made me feel relief that at least I was safe because the field wasn't mine.
Now, some of these fields were even deeper than that, weren't they?
Oh, yes, they were deep where some of the guys drowned. Yeah, they were up near, like in this area here. The trooper fell into this with the equipment he carried.
How many pounds?
120, 100 pounds. It all depends if he was a guy that was with the engineering group. He carried some mines and stuff. Like me, I carried about 120 pounds on me. I was a kid of 160. I went out to plane with 180, with a 280-pound body, like with the weight and my weight.
Someone was looking out for Bill Druback while he was in Normandy. He was scheduled to be on a C-47 with one of his good friends, but at the last minute, that changed.
I was supposed to be in a plane with him, but the jump roster sheet was changed, and I got swung over to another plane.
The first plane was shot down. Bill's friend and 21 others on board died. A few days after the crash, a farmer and his son found the plane wreck.
It was all burned, and in there was 18 troopers. I knew them all from D Company, First Sergeant Mueller and Chavez and Lieutenant Nicholson. And this father and his son, they buried these 18 troopers with the 4 Air Force men.
Bill says coming back here gives him closure.
I always thought of Sanchez at times, sort of, you're by yourself and you wonder, well, hey, maybe I could have been one of them guys.
Up next, we will introduce you to another brave man who was a fighter, not only in the literal sense, but figuratively as well. Bill Mount says he was seriously injured, but he kept fighting despite doctors' orders. We'll share his amazing story after this break.